everyone, and welcome back to Art a la Carte. In this episode, I'm going to show you some of the things I picked up at my local art store. If you don't get to go to a craft store or an art store very often, it can be a little intimidating. Going to one can kind of maybe be a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of products out there, a lot of things that you can try and use, a lot of things that you don't even know what it does, but it must have something cool because they're selling it. So sometimes as an artist, you just have to take a chance and buy a product that you've never used before to see if you like it. So I have 4 different products that I purchased on my last trip, and I'm going to kind of show you them and talk a little bit about why I chose to get these products. So the first product that I picked up was this eraser. Now you might be thinking, eraser, that's not very exciting, but I needed a new eraser because my other erasers are starting to run thin, and so I went to go get an eraser that I usually get, and they were all sold out of that brand. So I had to pick up a new brand. And there is actually a ton of different types of erasers out there. And I thought, well, for the fun of it, let's just try a new eraser. So I tried this one. It's kind of a fun shape. The normal price is around the same price I pay for my eraser, but it was on sale. So I figured, you know, it retails around the same rate, but being on sale, let's go ahead and try it and see if it's a good eraser. So let's try it out. So the eraser is really soft, and it kind of boasts being able to kind of hold it in this shape. I have a feeling as the eraser wears down, this really cool feature will not be as cool as it kind of, you know, this part gets erased down. But let's see how it does erasing. So I'm just going to use just a regular HB pencil and make some marks. I'm going to start off with some really soft marks first, and then see how this erases. Yep, I think it does pretty good. So let's do a comparison. So here's a little bit of my old plastic eraser and the new eraser. So this eraser erases just as well as this one, and I actually think I like the feel of this one better as it erases. It just keeps nice smooth, where this one has a little bit more eraser poop that goes with it. So actually I might have a new brand, at least using the Generals brand. Maybe not this Tri-Tip, but if Generals has an actual eraser, I might use that. Let's see how it does with something a little bit harder, and we'll see if this can get that out. So I can get it almost all the way out. There's still a little shadow, but I was pushing pretty hard, so I'm actually impressed it got that much out. So yeah, I think I do like this eraser. Again, I think the shape is fun, I think, for the beginning, but I think as it gets smaller, it'll get a little bit more challenging to hold, but only time will tell as I use it. But it looks like the Triforce. The next product that I picked up was this pencil here, and I bet you're wondering, what's so special about this pencil? This is a 2B pencil by the company Faber-Castell. What made me decide to try this one is it is a graphite aquarelle, which means it's a water-soluble graphite pencil, which I've never seen before. I've never seen anyone use before, but I'm thinking it must work kind of like a watercolor pencil. So it costs $2.60 US. And I thought, well, you know, why not give it a try and see how it works? So I thought that'd be kind of fun and new and exciting. So let's try this one out and see what we think. With this one, I'm going to go ahead and try this out. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is take my little scratch paper here, and I'm just going to lay down a little bit of color. Okay, it's kind of smooth. It's a smooth lead. It comes on smoothly. It has a little bit of a different feel to it. This is my woodless graphite, which is also 2B. So let me kind of see the difference that this has. I feel the 2 pencils can get the same result. This one just acts a little bit different, and I think it's probably because it's water soluble. The lead, it kind of responds a little bit differently. Not in a bad way, but just different. So let's try it now with some water. Yep, it acts just like a watercolor pencil. It just dissolves right into kind of a liquid. Any line that I put in there, I could blend out just like I would with watercolor. So like if I did this to the regular pencil, you'll see that it's not really moving. It's picking up very little of the lead. But here, just really lots of motion, lots of flowing. Your pencil again and place it over top of there and get some really nice dark lead because of the water being added onto the mixing with the lead here. Is going to just constitute that back into kind of a paint again, and then I could go back over and mix that in as well. And the last two things that I bought are actually the same thing, and they had a sale on their Canson paper pads, buy one get one free. So the first one I went to get was this pad of illustration paper by Canson. It is 20 different sheets. I've never used this brand before, and I've never used anything called illustration paper, but I kind of looked through it. It has a smooth surface, erases easily, heavyweight paper for pencil, ink, marker, no bleeding or feathering. What it says right down in here. Just so you know, all paper is not created equal. There's lots of different types of paper, and so the best way to find out whether you like the paper is to kind of read what it's used for and then to try it out. So at first inspection of this paper and the feel of it feels very much like Bristol. It has the same kind of thickness as Bristol, but on the back of some of the different pads of paper, it will give you a chart that will kind of tell you what this paper is good for. So all you have to do is you have to look down through here and find the name of your paper. And then you can look through here and it will give you, it'll rate what this paper is good for. 3 stars means it's really good for something. 1 star, maybe okay. 0 stars, don't use it at all for that. So here is the Fanboy marker illustrated paper right at the very top. So it says it's very good for pencils, very good for color pencils, very good for pen and ink. Yeah, so for your charcoal and your pastels. I'm thinking that's because it's a little bit smooth or slick and it probably wouldn't grab onto the chalk as much. The chalk or the pastels would slip around a little bit too much. It says it's really good for markers, pretty good for watercolor, and so-so for your acrylic paint. But I thought since I didn't have any Bristol and I wasn't going to be back again until the sale was over, I thought I might as well take advantage of the sale and go ahead and get some of this paper and try it out. So when I try it out, I will let you guys know, see how it works and if I like it. Because I want to do watercoloring, I'm always using watercolor paper. I decided since I was going to get a free tablet of paper anyway, I would go ahead and make it the watercolor paper. And I usually go with the Strathmore brand of watercolor paper just because that's what is more available in my really small art store that I shop at. But since I was getting this one free, I thought I would go ahead and try it out. The stats on it were very similar, being the weight, but I actually got a few more sheets than I do normally in my other tablets. And again, on the back of this one, it has all the information chart on there as well and lets you know what this is good for and what maybe not so good for. Well, hopefully, as you saw me trying out some new products here, that encourage you to go to your local art store, craft store, and check out some products that maybe you don't know anything about or have never tried before. You've always looked at it and went, oh, I always wanted to try to get that. Blah, I want to try it. Just be brave. Just go and do it. Try out new stuff. And even if it fails and flops, you had fun trying it out and you know a little bit more about art than you did before you started. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber so that you can join us in our future videos. Thank you guys again for joining me today. And until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.